When I wake up every day thinking about what's going on in Malawi, it's very difficult to understand that there are a lot of things that are happening in our country which are not good at all. If we are talking about the nation that is to develop, then we need to make sure that we are serious as a nation. There is no nation in the world that will develop when its citizens are not being taken care of properly. When we see people who are poor and you are like, do really the government, does really the government know that people are poor? People are not enjoying what are doing? All this embarrassment that Malawians are, getting in South Africa, it is because back home things are not okay. The economy is not good. Malawians are perishing in South Africa. Things are getting worse there. But they're like, I still cannot go home. If it's to die, I die in South Africa than dying in Malawi. Why? Things in Malawi are really not changing for the better. Things are getting worse. Imagine hearing the issue about billions of money being lost in our country through corrupt procurement and also corrupt deals. And how many money is being lost like every day because the system is used to be corrupt. Let's be honest with what is happening in our nation. Nobody should tell me like things are getting better. No. If you eat and you're full, it doesn't mean you're okay. It doesn't mean you're okay. You still are worried like, but how can I sustain this? Just eating the same food every day. You eating sima every day. The same type of food. The same type of things that are even boring. But because we are used to eat these things, we're like, there's nothing I can do. Let me just be eating. And you're saying Malawi is improving. When people cannot afford to eat eggs, eggs are not expensive things, but here in Malawi it's very expensive. You must be rich for you to eat eggs. They are expensive. They're affordable. In some other countries, eggs are just for breakfast. And it's not a big deal to eat them. But in Malawi, it's a big deal. Families are struggling to have eggs. Life is not okay. Let's improve. You're saying, yes, there is maize availability and the price of maize has been reduced to at least affordable price, but it's still not affordable. 40,000 is not affordable. But by Malawian standard, 40,000 Malawi is not affordable. Malawians don't have enough money. Don't have. Commodities in Malawi are very expensive. Malawians don't have enough money to afford these things. That's still expensive. Because if you're looking at Malawian standard, a family of 3 cannot be able to have 100,000 every month. They are struggling to have that much. But that's a small money because it is just only for 1 bag of maize and it's finished. I know 1 bag of maize is 40,000 kwacha, but what can you do with the remaining amount? If you buy 1 bag of maize, a family of 3, and for how long can that take for you to eat? Let's be realistic. Our economy is not fixed because Malawians are still finding it very difficult to survive. We need to make sure that the Malawians are able to live If we are spending our money, it should not be gone like that. We should have savings. We should not be worried about how am I going to eat tomorrow if I finish this food today. If I buy this, how am I going to... Actually, we are the country that is poorest. That's the fact. That's the fact. We need to fight this poverty. The goal is to fight the poverty. The goal is not to fight corruption only. Fight poverty. And as you're fighting poverty, you'll be fighting corruption. You'll be fighting hunger. You'll be fighting malnutrition. You'll be fighting everything. The goal is let's end the poverty for all Malawians. Things are not okay. Government is trying, to be honest with anybody else, because this government is new, but the past government to West, it was a West government. It never helped to build this nation. It never helped to change Malawian lives. It came to steal and they stole. They enriched themselves. Yet Malawians are poorer. So this new government is trying to make sure that things get better. And the president is working very hard. Though many people have been speaking bad about the president. Like the president is sick. The president is this and that. No. Give him a chance. He hasn't even clocked a year in government. Let's give him support. Let's make sure that he loses this country with peace of mind. If he will fail us, we'll try another one until we get the best person who can rule this country and change the lives of Malawians, like change for the better. Because we need better life. We need to be economically independent as people in this country. Because we are failing to survive. We are failing to make a better living in this country. So, our leaders, you know that you're there to help build this nation. You are there to help give Malawians the best things that they are looking for. So if you can afford to do that, do that. But don't advance personal interests at the expense of poor Malawians. We are all poor in this country, actually. So if we are saying we want to end the poverty, let's end the poverty like for all people. Let's do that. How can that be possible? And how can we end poverty? You know that giving Malawians empowerment financially is the solution to end problems. Creating opportunities for Malawians, all Malawians. Not only a few people should have opportunities, because in this country, only a few people are able to have opportunities to get jobs, to have loans. And you're giving the loans to already rich people. We know what happened with the money of NIF. Only rich people manage to get the loans. If there are poor people who manage, then there are few. Actually, we don't know about them. But what has been disclosed by the government is that many politicians as well took advantage to get loans from the NIF. When the NIF objectively was to help end the poverty of Malawians, more especially poor Malawians, not those people that are already capable. You have other means to get loans from other commercial banks, because commercial banks will give you loans. But why did you flock to go to NIF to get loans? Because you knew that you do not give back the loan. If you had gone to the commercial banks to obtain loan, you would have been in trouble, because commercial banks would grab your throat, would grab your neck, we want our money, and could take all your properties. But NIF was easy money for you. So we don't love this nation. When we're now, there is MADEF. I don't know what you're doing with MADEF to help Malawians getting better. MADEF should help. I know loans, disbursement by MADEF hasn't yet started, but at least if you start it, make sure that at most, make sure that Malawians are benefiting from it. Make sure that Malawians will be able to obtain these loans, to give opportunity to all Malawians. They should have access to these loans. And the conditions, restrictions that you're putting for people not to be able to access these loans is very shameful. You should go where Malawians are in the beginning to offer them these loans. You should not wait Malawi to come to apply for these loans. Go to Malawians, because Malawians are poor, they need this. And many Malawians are not educated, and they will not be able to know if there is money at MADEF and to come how to apply this thing. So you need to go where people are and begin to offer them these loans. Offer them. That's what we should do, Mr. Government. That's what we should do, Mr. President. That's what we should be doing, you ministers. Offer these loans to Malawians by going where they are staying.